Grand Rising is Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and we're going to be going into the book of Psalm. Now, a soul sibling of mine had been reading, I think, something in Matthew about the feeding of the meat, right? In a, excuse me, in a certain time, right? And so, I don't know, it brought me, like I said, into the book of Psalms, and we're going to go ahead and read a little bit here. I feel like we haven't really just went right in, without trying to correlate it with other things of like mythology and we just intertwined it with many things, just going right through the scriptures, okay, to see again what we can see that's going on, just freestyling, right, without using any other information, but what we have stored upon in our minds, right? Oh, the heck was that? Excuse me. All right. So okay. Oh, so okay, maybe okay. We'll start at 43 because I feel like this adds to it, because this is kind of like how I was feeling the other day. Is the day was going well, everything was fine, but at some point in time, there was a time in the day where it felt like somebody actually really took, right, where somebody said, "You gonna feel this way," right? And it feels like somebody actually just took something from the center of me and removed it. It had me in a zone. It's almost like I wasn't even here. There was no emotion on my face, nothing, for a couple of hours. It's almost like Source came and removed. We can even go as deep as the soul to alter, to shine it up, spit shine it and put it back. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I'm not really good at describing those kind of things, but it was kind of like that. It was kind of like I wasn't even here. So it says, hear my prayer, O Lord, give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness, answer me, and in thy righteousness. And enter not into judgment with thy servant, for in thy sight shall no man living be justified. So it's almost like, what is you worried about this stuff for? Don't even pay attention to any of that. And I felt myself in today kind of getting consumed in it, trying to, right? But I noticed that a lot of this stuff is a waste of my breath. And actually we can use it with this word, and we can use it again within our souls in silence, right? To kind of hold it and kind of, add that light or that juice to it in order to deliver it to the people as a servant. I think it's just people see a certain tone when you're delivering a message, right? And they have perceptions about you, and so they don't want to, take it from you, anybody but you. But I feel with some of us, they're going to have to face you anyway. One day. For in thy sight shall no man living be justified. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. Well, damn. That's kind of, okay. All right. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. He hath made me dwell in darkness, as those that have been long dead. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. Well, damn. I mean, we just, hold on. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth for thee, as a thirsty land. Selah. Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Because I feel like this is talking about a spiritual uplifting. Not that something that is natural, something that you have to go through, a transition almost. Something like something rising up the spine. Something that just happens. It's something you have to work on, and you have to go through these dark moments, and then there's some light. You know, you're fighting, you're battling the whole way up. There's people throwing stones and rocks. You know what I'm saying? But you're still raising and lifting yourself with guidance. That seems like it may not be guidance. And you're looking like, man, source, why you got to have me take this direction? Why do I have to be the one to go against the grain all the time? But it's just like this whole thing about fitting in. It never mattered to me. I need to fit into myself before I can fit into anything and be beneficial to it. Them, he, she, it, right? So no matter what acts are being performed in the heavens on this plane, it doesn't harm me, right? I see the power in the word when it's delivered speak to them. And I think they look and say, what else can we do? Right? Because this person keep getting up. So let's all take one mind and make it seem like there's nowhere to turn. And when that happens, I go up. He brings me up. I don't even have to move my feet at that moment. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. Same thing. I felt like, again, in a sense, I'll say Yeshua was far, right? And calling my name to shed light on something. Where at those moments when I'm feeling somewhere, I'm calling for his shield and his staff, right? To protect me. And how, again, I muse on the work of thy hands, the writing. I stretch forth. It's even making me thinking like verses or lyrics, right? My hand unto thee, my soul thirsts after thee as a thirsty land. Why did I have to read that again? Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. So again, this feels like my energy actually coming to him, right? Okay, I'm kind of seeing something just a little bit here. Okay. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. For I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. The Spirit is good. Thy Spirit is good. So it's like, how can you think that, like, you're not, right, like, good enough for me is what this song came on this morning. in this time, I was like, no, I know. Like, hold on. Mm. Okay. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake, for thy righteousness' sake. Bring my soul out of trouble, and of thy mercy cut off mine enemies, and destroy all of them that afflict my soul. For I am thy servant. And I realized last night that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Me speaking the way I'm not somebody that's looking like that. When I'm joined with that energy, it's not even it's not even a request, right? If the energy is right, right, and if that connection is right, it's going to just occur. It's automatic. It's kind of like, again, even Source saying, you different with me. Don't trip. A Psalm of David, 144. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hand to war, and my fingers to fight. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer, my shield. All right, let's get back to it. A Psalm of David. I can't remember where I was. I keep getting interrupted and having to record and redo it. So we're just going to go ahead and start here. And like I said, it's just like there's been this whole energy when it comes to what I feel will be the Yeshua in Christ energy, which is, I think, the divine masculine and feminine. One being the light, and one being to show the way, and one being the shield to protect. And I feel like all kind of forces on this plane have been working to, again, sabotage that connection. And also, yes, it does, I feel, have something to do with just that inner connection between you, your higher self, your lower self. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I still also think that the cross also means that it goes up and down, right? But then it also can go, I don't know. It just reminded me of like when people, I don't know what religious aspect does the I think it's a Catholic, if I'm not mistaken. And so again, so it reminds me of that, like I said, type of energy, a sabotaging, even succubus energies. It's just a lot. A lot of stumbling blocks and a lot of things, a lot of on the road or the journey. So again, you have to learn how to, I guess, go within and then be able to discern, not only when it comes to the word, when it comes to other things, but, when it comes to other people and other energy. The flow, frequency, or currency of all things, right? Because lately I noticed I started to go back into looking at the media. And I'm thinking like, no, I don't, what am I looking to them for? And it reminds me of this part where it says, what is man that you look to them? And I'm thinking like, hold on, today, earlier, I'm thinking, what is it? It's just like chaos and confusion, because again, everybody's talking in tongues, which is just, in my eyes, it don't have nothing to do with like that, what you might have heard in church. I think it's just saying, like I said, that kind of, when we're talking about the infrastructure and the kind of like people talking underneath your nose, where it looks like one thing, is giving you the perception of one thing, but it's really something else, right? Which is still confusion, because why can't we just talk clear? So then nothing you're saying, I know it makes it seem as though nothing we're saying matters, but no, then nothing you're saying is legit. If you can't be straightforward and tell it to me straight, if I can't come to you, if you don't want to ask me questions straight and get it straight like I give it to you straight, then there's no reason for conversation, right? And the more I started to do that, the more it took me away from my work, right? That which is within, right? With other tools, again, that I do to cross-reference or use as witnesses. So again, my goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and he, and with whom I trust. Right? So then I had to think about that when it comes to this journey of the divine masculine and feminine. I had to say, who do you feel like you can trust? Who seems like, they're always there. So again, when I would get negative energy about, like what's going on, why does it seem like, this is bad? It's really what other people are thinking. It's not really what I feel directly with that link. You know what I'm saying? It is what people are saying doesn't match up, right? Because the energy is there, right? But what people are saying doesn't match up with what I feel. Maybe it's that way with them, but this is not that way with me. And maybe because, again, this journey with this particular energy is not for everyone. They're going to be that shield and that light to each other. And that's all that matters. So I think I was into a Mary J song. And I think it was, if you look at my life, maybe. Yeah, that was the song. And I'm like, dang, I ain't even really hear this like this before. You know what I'm saying? It didn't resonate with me back then. Right? So again, who subdueth my people under me? Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge from him? Or the son of man? So that kind of kicked me in, because I think I think the book that I heard this one of my soul siblings using might have been Matthew, if I'm not mistaken. But it was seeing as though, like, that something was coming when it comes to the Son of Man. But I was looking in reference, like, hold on, is this one of those scriptures where I feel like they're trying to exalt the Son of Man, right? Because even when we're talking about that feminine energy, right, that was connected to the sons of man. And in a sense, I'm just trying to see even in what light we're even looking at that, right? But if you're saying, why look to man, then, I'm just wondering, okay, what about why look to the descendants of man? Like, it should be the son of God, not the son of man. You see what I'm saying? In a sense, is how I'm like looking at this here. Yeah. So that thou taketh knowledge, I really need my glasses, of him or the Son of Man. So my complaint as to who I feel is sitting in the Son of Man or the descendant of man, right? Okay. In man's knowledge or law, right? And this is not hating on anybody. I just keep things just fluent, real, flavorful, and fulfilling. I like to just look at it in layers here, right? That thou maketh account of them or him. Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. So it's almost like they're there, but some of these individuals are there, but they're not really. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down, touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of the great waters. for the hand of the strange, from the hand of the strange children. So again, this made me think about, hold on, don't. So it says, cast forth lightning and scatter them, shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of the great waters, from the land of the strange children. Now, this part right here kind of is why, it's almost like, again, I was seeing something again south of the border, right? And this is not the first time. This is the second time that, again, I feel like a divine entity called, right, from that area. Maybe for like insight or light, to shed light on something. And both time it have to do with children, right? It's almost as if, like I said, when it comes to children, again, like the children at the border, right? But then again, this time, even just with a sense of a sensation, within the womb. It's like source has been, right, trying to make me really hewn in on what is this heaviness you feel? What is this energy that you feel in the womb of the earth? When we're dealing with the capital or that tree of life, that life giver. And it's almost like a fullness and then an absence of the heart and soul. And when you see, like, even for me, looking to people in general, right? So even this is making me question this right here. If you think that people are, again, one way, or you are matching in energy, right? And then you find out that there's actually women that work with some of these men. Some may just be working with these men and may be jealous of other energy. And so I'm just thinking in the sense where, what is the comment that's been said and the sensation of my womb have to do with this? The emptiness that was felt that other day, as if not even that I have lost my best friend, but as a mother loses a child that she may not even, you see, it's like a begetting energy, because we were talking about begetting, and it just made me think about how crafty is this that we're talking about, this energy that's going on behind the scenes, right? Or in other interdimensional activity, and having to do with children in that light, off the vine, right? Almost like grapes plucked off the vine too early, because like there's a certain thing, like I think 15 weeks or something like that. But when we're, excuse me, I'm trying to read something. So anyways, it just, like I said, it just made me think about it in that light, okay? And ask questions about what really could be going on here. And just a sense of just like even that sense of sorrow. Just close the door, please.
Stop!
Oh my goodness. All right. So again, I apologize. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's something, because there's something here that I need to see. I'm just realizing it's something here that I need to see, right? And it's just so many disruptions. So it says here, cast forth lightning and scatter them, shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of the great waters. from the hand of strange children. Okay. So again, when we're talking about this whole thing of the hand of strange children, I feel like we're also talking about, again, now, I don't know, right? But I feel like I'm saying, we're getting the perception, right, that there's thousands of people coming into the land, again, through many different passages, right? So again, we're talking about the flood energy, because I think when he was in Matthew, he said something about the flood. So again, this flood energy, and then it made me think about the jinn, right? Right? And about even having excuse me, me and my daughter were laying out the other day and looking at the stars, right? And I noticed, like, in that video that that I shared the other day of those images, right? I noticed the little men that look like astronauts, right? And they had they were like metal figurines, right? And then the other day, seeing many different, like, they look kind of like drones, right? But we've seen at least 10 of them. So it made me think about the military equipment, again, that had been left behind, right? That had found its way into the hand of the Tali. I'm just using shorter terms here. And it made me think about, what are we really talking about here? And it also made me think, like I said, about that energy when it comes to, us sharing our energy with anyone. It made me think about, are we looking at the wrong things? Again, maybe Source put me here to experience these things on many different dimensions to share or show, right? And again, because I tell the truth about the things, I'm going to get the stones cast at me, and people are going to laugh and laugh and laugh and point fingers, right? So it also brought me back to that image of what I feel has to do with Esther, or again, those goddesses and stuff, like I said, of the it also have me thinking about the mouth, right? And that breath, also, oh man, where I feel like when we're talking about the jinn, they don't have no discrimination. They don't care about paperwork, you see? So again, because they can't sense these things, because they're not spiritually in tune to be able to describe them, they point the finger and they laugh at people that maybe going through pain, or maybe going through these tribulations, or maybe be able to sense these things and be able to actually speak about them in order to help more people, even to be put on that cross or having to display that, right? So again, I feel like even in the scripture, when Source says that he's going to close up wombs, right? That is for a certain reason, right? Because I feel like we're not really paying attention to this text saying about maybe foreign, right? Or other, not objects, but energies connecting or linking to bodies and souls in many different ways. So then we're not knowing how to protect ourselves, but then to find out that certain women in our community and other communities work with these individuals, right, in order to, right, sacrifice other women in a sense, because they feel as though they have power. And I said, Source is also putting you on display, but letting you know that, to let these people know that that they know that God's and the ancestors that they say they call on, they all know, and they see what they're doing. And so that, I feel, is a sense of what takes us from that purity, right, to something that's dark. And it usually has to do with jealousy and envy. It does. And I have to say, how many times I have to check myself and make sure those not the energies that I'm dealing with, that I'm really just dealing with telling the truth, and people are so offended by the truth because nobody wants it anymore, right? So you're really not mad at me. You're mad at the spirit of truth that's running through me. Not to say I'm perfect, not to say I'm right, right? But people are afflicted and offended by that. And to say it in a certain manner where you're not fearing any man, woman, they look like you, they don't, you're going to just say it how it is as much best possible as you can with the knowledge and the words and things that you have obtained over time. Where other people keep it hidden in the dark because sometimes these are the people that actually are doing these practices. Or they know about them and they're not speaking on them. Right? So it's kind of like, look over here, not where this is going on, but look at over here. So, I'm just starting to, and we could just stop right now thinking that this is geared towards any one person because that's been removed. This is just in general. This is taking in all the experiences that have occurred with me and looking at them differently and saying in general, right? So again, that's why I like to use the word. And again, people are going to, so I was looking at this scripture here as if someone could be saying this and saying, hey, look at this person as falsehood because they don't know no better. So is it falsehood? See? And I feel like, whoever these groups of people are in the dark, they feel as though they're 2 steps ahead. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, so this is we're gonna go there today. So again, I didn't even expect this. I promise you, I didn't. I promise. But Source said, we're gonna just do this today, and we're gonna show how, even if it feels like things are hidden and done in the dark, maybe this is what this is. To show this. So something just came to my mind when I was just reading this part right here. Okay. That somebody saying the right hand is falsehood, right? And I could feel this energy where I feel like people are always using that against, especially after the cornerstones, right? Even feminine energies using that with divine masculines because, they're upset about something or jealousy or they just can't see. And so they can call people ugly and talk about their weight and things like this because they don't realize that it has nothing to do with that. See? We're not seeing each other. We should be able to see each other in a different way. So again, this is why, again, with the energy I said, it feels like a divine masculine energy is sensing that the matters of the heart, right? And the matters of the mind. And then also she is, dealing with the words and being the muse of that, which you see, so it's just something where it can seem because fast hand movement and all these other things that's where the energy, it answers and stuff like that. But really, like I told you, a lot of these people are piggyback or riding off like a carriage off of other, again, divine feminines that are actually the highest stars in the room. The highest ones in the room, that brightest star. Right? And they are also pure-hearted and righteous. So they really don't know that deep-rooted, you see? And they don't even if they deal with those type of things, cards and readings and oracles and stuff, they don't veer down that dark path. It's usually greed, envy, strife, these things that you can't understand that take you there. Right? So it's about checking yourself. But people would rather check on others than checking themselves. See? So this is just clearing something up for me, okay? But then again, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I'm checking myself on a daily basis, almost hourly. See, I'm sitting here communing with Source like 24 hours a day. So I know nobody can't be going out there wouldn't waste their time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they even thought that I was saying something that didn't make sense. Nobody gonna be sitting here and putting it in here and just saying, yeah, this person is false. Finally get them. Because I never go out to deceive nobody any kind of day. And see, and that's what I'm saying, right? And that's why we look at these things in layers. But it's something that made me think about a vehicle, right? A damaged vehicle, right? And as soon as I thought damaged vehicle, it brought me back to the womb. And the sensation that's here, that feels like not man, because man is upset about what I'm saying. They may have been on your side and they'll kind of let you know that at one point, these particular people in these exalted positions were but when you talked about this, no longer. But there's something in me that says, what is it? You see? And in this scripture that say, well, who is these people? Who is these people? Are you trying to go there? Are you trying to go up there? Are you walking on those damn crates? Or are you walking up to the stairway of heaven that's within you? Check yourself at the door. It just is just a sensation that I'm getting. Right? So you can see the prettiest people do the ugliest things. And then sit there and talk about the glory of the things that they think they're going to be going to. And I think it's like selling a dream at this point. But we look at vehicle here in etymology. It says 1610, a medium through which a drug or a medicine is administered. So again, I can see the women, right? Okay, so again, this is why I'll tell you about the energy that I feel when it comes to whatever this sorcery or whatever this curse has been put. And it's really not a curse. It's just people stealing shit from certain family lines that knew who they were here, but it didn't matter with paperwork when it came to the world of man. So God said, I have something for you. I have something for you. Since they think that their way is better than my way, I have something for you. And I'm seeing animals here, right? I'm seeing, again, an uprising here, like on a different scale, though, maybe even more of a spiritual or spirit animal or something like this kind of energy. Again, maybe to combat or fight against like the jinn or another creature or energy. You see what I'm saying? Or are they the jinn? Right? This is really making me think. And about the image that we saw the other day, right? With somebody taking something out of the head of that empress on that terrain and pouring it into the other. It's almost what we just said here. Even I think it was in 143 or 144. And not only that, giving them the riches that may come with your estate. So again, anybody coming at me to say that they want to make me fear some kind of judgment or some kind of, no man on this earth can judge me. And see, and that's what I'm saying. I don't get up here and give specifics. You know what I'm saying? I know people think that somebody's stupid, but what we're saying is general talk. We're asking questions. We're allegedly speaking on things. You see what I'm saying? So we could just knock it off. And we don't just speak on them. We show them and we do them live in real time, right? It just is what it is. And these are wonders. And they might say, oh, those wonders are by Satan. No. And see, I mean, people can think what they want and it really don't matter to me because I know what source say. So again, an energy, like I said, of a supposed divine feminine that may look that way, right? From a distance. And it made me think about that spirit of just people always saying what not to do. Everybody get on here and speak their piece and they say what you shouldn't do, right? But it's like they the police of what people, you know what I'm saying? What people can perceive and think. Because they sit here and will spend time talking about the same thing. And it just makes me wonder, like, do people realize that they have a platform and they speak their piece and it's called YouTube and we all speak about what we want, how we want on here? Some people have a little bit more of something to, like a brand or something that they have to deal with. So they might be limited in a sense. But initially, we're all on here talking about something that we want to talk about. The way we want to, when we want to. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just say it's really hypocritical. There's always a hypocritical energy. Some online. And I promise this is just in general. I was sitting here going back and forth with myself, the way I sound, and just listen to other people too. I'm thinking a lot of this stuff is let's forget about narcissistic for a minute. A lot of this stuff is hypocritical. A lot of it. And I guess I don't know. I think it's just a whole facing of the facts kind of energy. It's a whole still for some people, not all, like that victimizing mentality, that emotional mentality where people are not critical thinking. But those are the people, again, that, make it to certain destinations, right? You can't be too real and be all the way okay, right? I check that. The bigger the following, the more I'm paying attention. And that's not even hate, but they're going to call it that. That's observation. So again, it says, through which a drug or medicine is administered, any means of conveying or transmitting, from French, a vehicle, okay, means transport, a vehicle, a carriage, conveyance, from where, to bear. See? Even to bear a child, to carry, to convey, to weigh, right? And again, the whole thing made me think about that weight in the mammy complex, because those the women that are healthier, again, are the ones that have always mothered in the new generations. And so you are the one that has to keep the weight on. You are the ones that has to wait at home, right? While the energies, right? Masculine energies sometimes roam at home. And I'm just wondering if we really know how deep and detailed this is. See, are we actually dealing with some kind of jinn energy and some other kind of energies, right? Do some women call these and cast these out on people? Are we talking about transferring certain items from one woman to another? Is this what the harvest has something to do with? What are we really experiencing here on this plane? Will a piece of paper or a document or a status change whether your body will be defiled or utilized for other things that some people can't even gain knowledge or go deep enough to see what is really going on? And so this is the questions that I'm asking myself right now. And to have someone, know that someone is unknowing or something of this kind of thing, and for them to be like giddy about it, right? And it's almost like source want to let me know that, again, some people are being damaged. I was just talking to somebody the other day about a situation that they were having with their body. And so these jinn energies and these people that are using this energy are coming in and damaging other people's carriages out of jealousy. They try to shame them, make them feel self-conscious about their counterparts, or again, any other kind of soul, tribe, or siblings, right? So they're actually really trying to tear you down, acting as though they're building you up, causing strife and confusion instead of and I'm being very specific because that's not all. That is not all of these readers. I am just someone who can see the light in people in that sense. So that's why I would never sit there and say, is this person or that person? If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you will know, right? And so it's not even, don't even matter about the people, because it's bigger than the people. It's bigger than us. You see what I'm saying? This is pointing out something, you see? And it's kind of hard to do it in the light because you have a spotlight on you of another higher energy that knows that you're headed on the way up. And when you get there, they're going to be judged, right? So they don't want, they're trying to also do everything they want to, that they can do on every level to try to bring you down. And the only thing you have up here in that eye, or your mind's eye, is that energy, that real final, right, joining of you and that divine counterpart. You guys are just exchanging the information with each other. You're just, right? Heartstrings, telepathy, telepathic, and things like this, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to be a joining of something in the temple. Right? Which can then possibly also, for some of you, bring you towards another energy on this plane. But it also made me think about the whole thing of if they say that Yeshua or Christ is over here, or I think it was Christ is here or there, or whatever, don't go or don't believe it. Because again, it's in you. That when you get your crown or your corona, and some of us were born with it already attached. See? Oh. All right. So again, let's look at this here. Way. Virtually every branch of Indo-European Let's see, the root, well as other widely represents roots such as, let's see, away, carries away, convey, a vessel, ship, the lead, draws, okay, chariot, okay. So again, in a fleshy, a wagon, okay, hold on. So in a fleshy kind of hidden agenda, kind of vain way, is separating something where, or sacrificing something where the one energy that's coming in, the true queen is going to be humiliated and brought down, where they have formed ye a man or woman and placed them in that heavenly sphere or in that place after they have taken everything from that vassal, right? From that original tree giving life, life-giving tree, right? So they try to take the soul, the whole essence of that individual, transfer it into another for whatever reason. And you think that they think that they're left with a shell of something. But in this instance, I feel a new thing is being done. And some of you are really purely untouchable. And maybe it is because you may be still black. I talk too much. You didn't go and run off and do things man's way. You waited until, you see? And they might look at you and say, oh, you stupid. You should have did it this way. You know what I'm saying? We did it this way. This is the way that man say we got to do it. You want to wait for that? Okay, where's your God? You see? So I think in this sense, Source want to show up and say, let me show you. That he gave his own, see, and even in that energy of Christ, that he gave his only begotten son to be put on the cross to deliver. And again, they threw stones. And at the end, who gonna reign? Who gonna reign? You see? I think this is really brilliant. So again, is that bring my children back energy just that? Oh my goodness. A ship, a vassal. Wow. A convenience that transports people or object. Wow. Even making me think about like a chariot in a sense. A medium for the expression of achievement of something. Any substance that. So again, this almost is like, again, feeling like that Truman Show energy. And everybody's just acting. Everybody's that's left over that's in our presence are basically just like I said, I'm waiting for the punked intro. Right? Something mixed up. Inanimate object as a towel or money or clothing or dishes or books or toys that can transmit infectious agents from one person to another. That's kind of trippy because that's even making me think about, even like, I have a lot of books, right? And I just went and saged my books the other day. I said, girl, why is you saging books? But some of these books is old. Some of these books is old, right? But a lot of people, again, already know this stuff to the T. And again, once you get to that point where you know stuff to the T, people also know how to use and bend things in order to use them in their benefit. And do things in dark places or hidden places. Right? So again, the capital is going to be the most pursued. I can just imagine just sitting there and looking down at all the people. Is like almost like a sea of people just coming. Right? So again, that's why I feel like Source has been sitting with me. Not to say, like I said, I do believe this energy transfers throughout, yes. But it returns home. And so it's just something here. Okay, hold on. All right. Let's see. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God, upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings, while I sing praises unto thee. It is he or she again, or it or that. I think, right? Let's see. Giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of false, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. See, okay, so this is what we just said when I just said what I said right there. Where it feels like somewhere somebody saying, oh, source, because they have their, what I'm saying, because they have their foot in the door, because they're dealing with source on a 3D level. And some of us are only, what was it? Was it in Matthew or Isaiah where it said that I won't be seeing you in the flesh? And at some point I'm thinking like, dang, that sounds like a curse, or that seemed kind of messed up or something. But then I had to think about the first shall be the last, right? And then I had to just think about that whole energy. When it comes to succubus energy, they may think as though because they have spent time in this dimension with an energy that may be attached to that Christ or that Yeshua energy, right? But again, I feel like the purest form is that through that other type of and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying look, I don't be thinking about nobody when I say what I say. The spirit tell me what to say, it just come up off my lips. Okay? I don't hold back. I don't bend it no way. Y'all done seen me where it might look like, oh man, she said that. That might be offending her. That might be defending her enemies. Or her reading this all the time is showing her enemies 2 steps ahead. I'm not worried about none of that. Because again, that's what I'm saying. That's that reliance on that energy at the end of the day. I already know. It's people that say that they know, and it's people that actually do. Right? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Right? And so... yeah. So again, this is another energy saying something about the right hand of falsehood. That our sons may be as plants grown up at their youth. That our daughters may be as cornerstone. Oh, didn't we just talk about the cornerstones? Look. It's almost that energy of how beautiful would our children be. Right? And that could just be our children in their temples. Listen. I had sit here today. Y'all, listen, I just get too excited sometimes. And one of my daughters wrote a note to my other daughter in a text message because of some drama that was going on. A situation that was going on that ended up not really, but we'll just leave it at that. And what my daughter, being her age, wrote, I had to take a step back. Sometimes, when I'm busy and she telling me something, I'm like, yeah. Just give me the brief of it. Just give me the gist of it, right? And just brief me on it. But I had to stop everything I was doing and just say, what in the world, girl, you wrote? Even her sister said, hey, did you have mom write this? And she said, no, I just wrote it. And I'm thinking, okay, hold on. You see? I mean, and how we talk about on the channel here about these children that are gifted. Let's see. Maybe cornerstones polished after the similitude of a I need my glasses. A palace. That our gardeners may be full, affording all manner of all manner of store. That our sheep may bring forth 1,000 and 10,000 in our streets. Then our oxen may be stronger in labor, that there be no breaking in. Our going out, that there be no... Hold on a second. There be no breaking in, nor going out. That there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is the people that in such a case, yet happy is that people whose God is the Lord. So again, this is making me think about this here. Strong to labor. It's almost giving me Hathor energy here. And again, no breaking in. So, okay, so like a border, like, border patrol almost in a sense, right? And even just like me just saying, Source, I'm trying to lead the way, but it's hard for me to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Even having daughters, if somebody going to be harming or coming in on my children in some kind of wicked way, I just want to know that they're going to be protected before I step, and it's kind of like, it's just this energy. Because I'm telling you, when I go into that energy, especially when it comes into going to that light, that higher light, form of light, sometimes I can get lost all day in it. Where I'm, people calling my name and stuff, I can't even pay attention because you see what I'm saying? And it seems like the children are like, I'm being like I'm being neglected. Like you never have time for me, because they don't really understand. And I don't even understand, but I'm just saying, doing it that way is ensuring something on a different, greater light than I can even imagine for, again, I feel like children in general in the future. And that's just it. So I just want to go ahead and stop there. Feel like I've been talking too long. My throat's starting to hurt. I need to get something to eat because I haven't eaten. And I think maybe this might have something to do with fasting possibly, or so-called fasting, because I just really haven't been able to eat lately. And, it just seemed like maybe that's just was part of the plan. I don't know. To be able to take me there, okay? Kind of like cleansing the body and things. So, I don't know. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think down below. If you have something to add, if you'd like to ask a question, again. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained if you like. Take care.